Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Hedera and HBAR. But before we fully jump on into this video, I just want to ask for all those HBAR holders out there, where do you believe the transactions will be, TPS per second, at the end of this year? We already have one enterprise grade use case fully live. Where do you guys think the TPS will be by the end of this year? Comment down below and also hit that like button. And for those out there that are not subscribed to the channel, over 50% of you aren't. By the end of this video, if you guys do find the information interesting, or maybe you just find the video interesting in general, then definitely hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on to never miss a future update, as we are constantly uploading videos. We are constantly doing a ton of research on everything here, and yeah, you guys are a part of the squad, so definitely hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on to never miss a future update. And with that in mind, let's just dive in, and let's start off with this tweet here from Dylan.hbar over on Twitter. And we do see almost 250,000 Hedera accounts created in the month of January. Be prepared on not being able to keep up with the HBAR NFT community. There will be many massive and small communities that show up and bring in trading volume. We dream of having the gates will be knocked down. And yeah, in fact, actually, talking about that, we just seen from Zeus Market an announcement of over 125 million HBAR being transacted on their marketplace. NFTs have been exploding in popularity on the HBAR side of things, and we've been starting to see a big shift of Solana-based and Ethereum-based NFT projects coming over to the HBAR scene to really kind of reap the benefits of this exploding community, as this community has been growing rapidly lately, and it's very, very exciting to see. Now, also, it's not just NFTs. Decentralized exchange volume has also been an instant hit with the entire community, with Hedera's first decentralized exchange Saucer Swap launched in Q3 and was an instant hit, boosting network services performance. In Q4, Saucer Swap further expanded, reaching an all-time high of $22 million in TVL. And yeah, if we actually go over to DeFi Llama, you guys probably know me, I have been paying attention to the TVL quite a bit. $121.13 million. We've seen an all-time high of about 135 million. In terms of HBAR, this is roughly almost 2 billion HBAR. And when we go and compare the chains, I have been doing this quite often, as you guys are probably aware. But the reason why is because I love to look at how far Hedera has come in such a short amount of time. I mean, going back 2 years ago, because we started this channel nearly 2 years ago. It's going to be 2 years in February. It's going to be an exciting time. It has been a milestone to watch Hedera grow. I mean, when we first started talking about Hedera, it was still very early on in its infancy. And, we had high hopes for it, right? On this channel, we were talking about Hedera for so long. In fact, we were expecting a large amount of growth for Hedera during the 2021 bull run. And that kind of got, I want to say, I don't want to say that the team kind of stopped the growth, because again, it wasn't in their interest, but the supply ratio that got released in 2021 stifled the growth of Hedera in terms of price action, because the market cap was astronomically high for where we were at in price at about 50 cents. But now I think that everyone has since then realized the value behind Hedera, and I think that the supply is not going to matter too much going forward. I think that the 50 billion max is totally fine. I think that right now, even with, I think it's like 25 billion or so in circulation, I think that that's a perfect amount, especially with how much TVL is out there. I think that we could pull an 88 like run to $3. I've been targeting $3 to $6 for so long. I know that you guys are probably all aware of that, and it's for good measure. I think that there's a lot of things happening right now on Hedera, and current TVL right now for Saucer Swap is currently sitting at about $29 million. It's only a matter of time before Hedera jumps up into the top 20. That's going to be a very exciting time, because the top 20 right now is sitting at about $225 million. So we have to add about $100 million to that TVL. But talking about the Messari report, I actually do have the full-on report over here from Nicholas Garcia. We do see key insights. Hedera ended quarter four with an all-time high in TVL. The increase was driven by the sustained success of Saucer Swap and the launches of Heli Swap and Bubble Swap. Multiple Hedera network services set all-time highs. The consensus service, the crypto service, and even the smart contract service experienced significant growth, while the token service showed less progress. The Hedera Governing Council added its 27th member. The council also announced the appointments of two C-suite executives. The Hedera Treasury had no exposure to FTX or Genesis. Approximately 51% of the total supply, 25.3 billion HBAR, is in circulation. And yeah, so here is the growth. So in terms of the overall growth, here are the key metrics that we have. So let me open this real quick up in a new tab. So in terms of the circulating market cap, quarter four of 2021 to quarter four of 2022, we've seen a little bit of an increase here. This is just like the circulating market cap itself, and we do see the year over year. We also do see the circulating supply in the millions. And you can see this as well, from like 18.4 billion or 18 point almost 5 billion to 25 point almost 2 billion. We also see the total transactions. Total transactions was pretty substantial, but I can't wait to see the quarter one of 2023, because that's where things change quite a bit. Daily active users also changed quite a bit, new accounts, and you can see the network services as well. But going back to this, we can see the performance. So here's where you can see a little bit more of the performance itself. This is where you can see the transfer volume, the transfer or transaction fees as well, and stuff like that. And they really kind of broke down everything here. You've seen the NFT transactions. This is what I was more so centered on, what I was talking about with total transactions and stuff like that. NFT transactions, that we've seen a big boom during the summer of 2022. That's where we started to see a large portion of the community coming together and starting to really engage with the NFT side of things, and that was very exciting. And we're starting to see a slowdown with NFT users and stuff like that, which is expected. We are still very well in a bear market, although price action may not seem like it. But we are starting to see a big shift happening within a large amount of the Hedera side of things with like decentralized exchanges, NFTs, and stuff like that, which is very exciting to see during a bear market. Because just imagine what the bull market has to hold for us if things are looking this good. So with that, right, we take a look at the transactions. So we are sitting at about 600 TPS, which is great to see. In terms of like the 1 month time frame, we are almost at 1 billion. Let me refresh this real quick. Just don't know if it changed or anything, so no. So in the 1 month time frame, by the time that this video does go fully live, we would have already had our full 1 month in place. We are probably going to be at around roughly 800 million for the whole month, which, hey, that's incredible. Compared to most networks out there, we are really doing something big here. In the 1 hour time frame, we transacted about 2.19 million so far. The hour just basically started, by the way. In the 1 day time frame, we are at 52.1 million, continuing to set records. Max TPS sitting at about 1,389. Average TPS sitting at about 603, which is incredible. So yeah, I mean, the growth has been great to see. I mean, although when we take a look at like NFTs and gaming and stuff like that, you got to remember that this is a report from 2022. So we're not going to see the significant transactions happening from 2023, but we start to see a ton of gain in consensus service users from staking mechanisms. We start to see crypto service transactions reaching an all-time high in quarter four of 2022. And the smart contract service also hitting all-time highs. Token service was a little bit stifled, nothing too crazy. In terms of like governance, we did start to see some gains within that in terms of like the 27th member, aka Aberdeen, which Aberdeen was a major addition to the entire ecosystem, which we talked about quite a bit. But going forward on, I think that we still have a large amount of growth left for Hedera. Remember, when we take a look at what's happening right now around Web3, Hedera definitely is, I would say, ahead of the game in terms of Web3, and we are starting to see more and more brands entering the Web3 space. And as you guys do see, every brand will be a Web3 brand in the future. We're starting to see a large amount of high-tier brands jumping in. For example, I'm sure that you guys are aware of a lot of these ones, like for example, Adidas, or when we look at Audi, for example, or Audi. I know that a lot of people say completely different. Nike, Vogue. There's so many big names here. Gucci as well, McLaren, Pepsi, Porsche, Lamborghini. I mean, these are some of the high tier brands out there that everyone's aware of. Even Netflix is on there. So when we take a look at this, it's only a matter of time before we start to see more and more brands coming over, and we start to see more and more mass adoption of these Web3 protocols that do promote and help engage these brands that want to jump into the Web3 space and that are extremely efficient. And also, I think that there's going to be a race to, have a slice of that market. Even the NFT market, right? From an e-commerce giant standpoint, eBay wants to get a slice of the NFT market while avoiding accepting crypto, which is crazy to me because all of these brands, all of these major corporations, they want a piece of crypto. They see the growth behind it, so they want to dive in. And it's insane to me because at this point in time, as we focus on this, right, there's only going to be a little bit of time within the time frame of, okay, they're starting to adopt to the point of mass adopt. So if you could get into this market at that time, then you are going to reap the benefits. I said it over on Twitter. I actually retweeted a tweet of mine from September over on Twitter, and this goes all the way back to September. I said, if you are in crypto right now, you are ahead of 90% of the population. This was posted back in September. Now, mind you, from September to now, things have changed. Price-wise, maybe even adoption-wise. But one thing is certain, that when we take a look at Hedera and we take a look at the Web3 economy, the Web3 economy continues to grow day by day by day, and it's very exciting to see this. It's only a matter of time before the general public really catches on to what's happening here. I mean, maybe they might not, right? You gotta remember that it's so early still. I remember when because I mean, like, I grew up in the time of social media just starting to grow. I remember having a MySpace account when I was younger, and I thought that was the coolest thing. I said, "There's nothing going to beat MySpace." And then all of a sudden, MySpace kind of disappeared, and you had Facebook, and then from Facebook you had Twitter, and from Twitter you had Instagram, and from it, I mean, it just continued to blossom out. I also remember the early days of YouTube, right? So when we take a look at where Web3 is, we're still very early on in Web3, but I do think that right now, as we focus on Web3, we're at that point in time before MySpace, where nobody really cares about the internet, nobody really cares about crypto, and then all of a sudden, that one big thing catches on, and it becomes the go-to. Could that be the metaverse? Could that be NFTs? Could that be, it doesn't matter what it is, whatever it is, it's coming. And it's going to happen. And when it does happen, it's going to be too late. Right? Because like, as we focus on a lot of these projects and as we focus on things happening, it really is only a matter of time before we start to see the numbers pour in. I think that brands will definitely start it. From the brand perspective, I think that we're going to start to see institutional grade adoption, enterprise grade adoption. Like, we're already starting to see the enterprise grade adoption happening. Like, we already have one enterprise grade use case live on Hedera, and it's generating this many TPS. So when we take a look at that and we take a look at what's happening already in terms of like adoption as well, it's really only a matter of time. Like, all we have to do is sit here, be patient, and just kind of relax, because now it's just time to accumulate and focus on the bigger picture and realize the value creation, because we are already ahead. And I know that I said 90%, but I'd argue it's probably about 99% of the general public doesn't really see what's happening. And we're starting to see Hedera really start to trend. Like, now we're starting to see Hello Future trending over on Twitter. And it's for good measure. I mean, like, a lot of people are starting to realize the value behind Hedera. Like, here's Hedera's faster, more secure, more transparent, more sustainable, and even more scalable than Ethereum. we're seeing more and more growth happening day and day for Hedera. And I think that a lot of people are starting to realize the value here. And I think that, again, going forward, as we look at like the general public around, most of this market, we're ahead of 99%. So I'm focused on Web3. I'm focused on what Web3 could become because, again, I remember the early days of social media and where social media basically, went from this small little aspect to becoming the go-to around what the internet is. And even now, everyone is centered on social media. I mean, social media is everyday life for most people. You have TikTok, you have Instagram, you have Twitter, you have Facebook, this, that. These decentralized social media sites like Galaxy. Galaxy is an incredible, project to look at because this is the future of social media where you have, creators and influencers being the main focus point. But it's not just creators, it's also fans. Giving fans and creators a platform of their own. Like that is what the future is. Decentralized social media, decentralized play to earn gaming, decentralized this, decentralized that. Like decentralization is the future. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe to notifications on if you guys have more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. So it's up to you all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. That's been Nick. Peace out, guys.